What is up, guys? I'm in the beautiful Fiji, having a crazy week. I just brought my dream watch and I'm having a fucking crazy time. I can't even wrap around where I am right now versus where I was even a year ago. It's genuinely just fucking insane. So in this video, I just wanted to just basically talk about comparing yourself and how comparison is the thief of joy. I think the biggest thing that I went through in my whole entire journey of entering online money, understanding about online money, learning kind of how to do all these things, learning different business models, networking with different people, was that the underlying issue of why I was not getting to where I wanted to be was genuinely because I was just comparing myself to absolutely everybody. The biggest issue for me is I would, go onto Instagram, I would look at people and I would compare myself. I'd go on my phone. My phone was the biggest issue, right? I would open my phone, I would scroll on Instagram, I would look at this person, look at that person. Oh, they've got this watch. Oh, they're driving this car. Oh, they've done 20K this month. I'm struggling to even make 2K. Am I ever gonna make this work? Why are they so far ahead of me? It's not fair. All of these thought processes that I was going through were doing nothing but genuinely just harming me and basically just pushing my progress back even further than my progress was at the time. My mind was holding me back. It wasn't that I couldn't do, it wasn't that I didn't have the ability to do what I wanted to do. It's that my mind was holding me back. My mind was making me play small. And the biggest thing I learned is stop looking at people's, this is such a kind of cringy thing to say, but stop looking at people's chapter 26 or chapter 5 when you're only on chapter 1. Everything will come into fruition for you in due time, 110%. You just have to keep on showing up. I think the biggest thing for me was looking at other people, and this is hard to, admit and say on camera, but I used to look at other people and I genuinely used to be like, why do they have this and I don't? Why can they do this and I don't? Or I'm struggling, or I've been kicked out, or I've had a good month and now I'm having a bad month. Why the fuck can't I just be like them? And I think that I was too busy looking at how I can be like them and be like other people. This was a big thing for me 2 years ago. This was a massive thing for me, and it made me depressed. It made me upset. It made me cry. It made me hate myself. It made me look at myself and think that who I am is not good enough unless I'm striving to be like someone else, which is not true. For anyone watching this who wants to step into online business, whether that's freelance brand scaling, whether that's anything else, the biggest thing I want to tell you is be you. The moment I started being me was the moment I attracted clients. The moment I started being me was when I attracted people who are coming to my YouTube and telling me that my content's good and that my content helps them. And that's the main reason why I do any of this, to talk about the true struggles, to showcase that everything isn't perfect. The more you are you, the more people are going to rock with you and care about you and build a community, and you're going to get to where you want to be. Don't look at the next person. I've had people in my DMs speaking about I just want to be like you, this and this. You never should want to be like anybody else but yourself. That was my biggest mistake. Mistake one was genuinely looking at other people and wishing I could be like them. The more you get into the space, the more you look at the people who are in these positions, the more you realize that you don't want to be like them. You want to be like yourself. For me, I'm a person with morals. I'm a person with integrity. I'm ethical. I do things the right way. And for me, I really, hold value on who I am. And I don't want to ever step in front of the camera, and I found myself doing this before, being someone that I wasn't to please others. On this account, on YouTube, on any of my channel, I'm never going to be anyone else to please others. And if you're wanting to build a personal brand, if you're wanting to, sign clients, build an agency, you're going to have to be the front end of that. You're going to have to be speaking to customers, speaking to clients, dealing with issues. The way you carry yourself and, the way you speak to them and the way you treat them is all you. It's all you. So be fucking yourself. The biggest thing that fucked me up, I think, was wishing time away and not enjoying the journey. That was one of the biggest things. I think people look at others, they want they want to click their fingers and be at that point right there and then. The way I see it now is, I used to call my mum, I used to cry my eyes out, and I used to say, I'm trying all these things, I'm trying to get there, why can't I get there? Why is he there and I'm not? Why is she there and I'm not? The biggest thing I've learned over time is you will not value and really be grateful for where you're at unless you've gone through the process of being in such a shit situation. If I got spawned into this point where I'm at right now, where I'm on holiday here, which blows my head off. The background that I have and where I come from and all these other things that make up who you are, scream at me and tell me that this doesn't align with me. But it does. And I want to talk about that later in the video. But I used to look at things like this and think that it was out of reach and that it was crazy. I never saw myself. I think the hardest thing for me to admit, and I've never said this out loud before, and I probably never would, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be completely transparent. I think I had all these goals, and I didn't truly believe that I could achieve them. I think that I looked at other people and thought that they were special and that they were on a pedestal. And I think the main thing was that although I always told people, oh, I'm going to get here, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this and that, I stopped being a talker, a year and a half ago, because I realized I was just fucking doing more of this than actually doing anything. But I truly did not think that I was going to get here. I voiced and I had a lot of all bark, no bite. The biggest thing was that I said that I was going to get here, but deep down in my heart, I did not believe that this reality that I'm at and I'm operating in right now, I didn't believe that was who I am. I didn't believe I deserved it. I still struggle to believe that I deserve it now because I don't feel like what I'm living in aligns with who I am. And that's something I'm working on. I'm really, really trying hard to beat. Everybody who makes these videos and everybody who is in this space, I feel like they try to paint a perfect picture, like they have their mindset all together, they know all the ins and outs, they are dialed in the mind. Some days you wake up and you truly look at yourself and, you think, how the fuck did I even do this? But you don't remember kind of working for so long for nothing, or working so hard and getting to a point and then just knocking it back straight down to zero. And for me, I will never ever forget that. And I feel sometimes I kind of wake up and I just look at where I am and what we've achieved so far, and I just think it's craziness. I think it's genuinely crazy. A book that helped me fix my mindset was Psycho Cybernetics. It allowed me to create a new version of myself. Who do I actually dress like? Like, what do I dress like? Sorry, not who. What do I wear? How do I speak to people? How do I greet people? What type of person am I? For me, growing up, I kind of used to be quite shy. In school, like 18, 17, I was a really nasty person. I was a bad person. I was loud. I was confident, but I think I didn't really know who I was, and that was a projection of that. To get to where you want to be, you need to find out who you truly are. What do you dress like? What do you truly want to dress like without other people's input? How do you make people feel? Are you confident? Or are you the loudest, obnoxious person in the room with nothing of value to say? The biggest thing I've learned over time is that the more I grow and evolve, the less that I need to prove that to people. I think a big thing for me, especially growing up, was wanting to fit in and wanting to put on a certain persona to fit in. And that was having, the latest designer stuff, that was having material items, because one, I didn't know who I was, and two, that's how I thought I could fit in. For me now, it's more dressing more low-key. I don't feel the need to have designer fucking all over the place on every single piece that I wear. Of course I wear designer, of course I buy designer. I don't even fucking buy it, I can't even lie. But I'm not material in that sense anymore, by any means. And stepping away from that allowed me to enter my true identity of who I am, right? And that's what you should be doing as well, is figure out who you really are. Spend time alone, understand who you truly are, because that enabled me to change kind of the person I was and step into who I truly want to be without noise. I've never been easily influenced. Like, even when I was in school, people would try to influence me to do drugs, to smoke weed, to do all these kind of things, basic fucking peer pressure. I wouldn't do shit unless I wanted to do it. All the times that I ever did drugs, all the times that I ever, smoked weed, did this, did that, drank, all of my own accord. No one can tell me anything. And that's how I am still to this day. Block out the noise and figure out what you truly want, because no one knows you better than you. And everybody around you thinks that they know better than you. They know what's best for you. But in truth, they don't. You're the only person that knows what is best for you. Understanding who you are, understanding the person you want to become, and over time becoming that person. Like, what does that person speak like? What does that person dress like? How does that person handle situations? I think the biggest thing for me was looking at, like, so let's say, for example, and I'm still bad for this now, like, I'm going to hold my hands up in this video, I'm going to be totally honest. Let's say, for example, if in the agency something goes wrong, someone resigns or someone leaves abruptly, or I don't know, one of our biggest clients leaves us, let's say, I would be so stressed out. I'll probably handle it like a mess. I would take it out on the people around me. I would be aggressive. I would be mean and stuff like that. And that's not who I am, and that's not who I want to be. I want to be someone who handles things with grace. I want to be someone who's a true leader, someone who leads the group rather than shows, emotional, zero control over emotions. And that's who I'm in the process of becoming now. Like, yeah, I've got a lot better, but we've still got a long way to go. But the more you recognize the version of yourself where you get to this point where you want to be at, the clearer you can make the steps to be there. Like, for me, I'm nowhere near I want to be, of course. I'm just at the starting point. I brought a watch in the airport on this trip. And that's a whole other rabbit hole we're going to go into. But this is just the start. We're playing small. We're growing each day. In 12 months' time, life's going to look very, very different. But yeah, like, you're always going to be growing. Who you are and who you want to be is always going to be changing. So that's the most important part. I'd say the main thing for me was slowly becoming that person. You're not just going to wake up one day, put on this outfit, suddenly change the way you speak, change the way you address people, change the way you deal with situations, and you're suddenly this person. That's going to be something that comes over time. For me, I'm still in the process of becoming, that person. Everybody's goals is different. If your goal was, 100K a month, your goal might be 50K a month, your goal might be 500K a month. Whatever your goal is, find out, like I said, spend time on your own, find out what that goal is. What do you want? Not what everybody around you wants. Or you look at someone's Instagram and they're making 100K a month, if they're even making 100K a month, and you think that's what you want. Know what you want and know what version of you it takes to get to that point. Because for me, going from the 0 a month to the 100K a month version of myself, the amount of change I had to do was like outrageous. And for me, going to the $250,000 a month version of myself, the amount of change is going to be crazy. Like, we're barely getting started, I'm barely evolving. So the main thing I'd say is, again, circling back to not comparing yourself, is stop taking everything that's on the internet at face value. What I mean by that is people posting 50K a month, people posting 60K a month. Don't take that at face value. Focus on yourself, focus on what you're doing. A lot of the internet isn't really what it appears to be. And the more you get into different types of spaces, I've been in this space 4 years, so I know a lot about what's true and what's not, what's performative, what's marketing, what's this, what's that, and I feel like people getting into the space, you just don't have that type of clarity. So one thing I would say is don't reel into everything that you see. Like, I'll be completely frank right now, yeah, I'm in Fiji, I'm in a 5-star hotel, all's great, wow, this is great marketing, this is fantastic, but who knows? And I'm not going to put this out there and say that it could happen, but I could go home and have a really bad month. I could be stressing the whole month about how the agency's, fucking halved its current revenue per month. You don't know what's going to happen. And you definitely don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I've had the toughest months of my life in business where I wasn't even sure if my agency was going to make it. I wasn't even sure if I was cut out for this. All of these, questions and crises that I went through. And you would truly have no idea. You would truly have no idea. My family spoke to me, I hold frame. When my friends spoke to me, I hold frame. You would never, ever know. I think the main thing for me on Instagram and fucking YouTube or whatever is that as long as I'm posting content, I just want to be raw and authentic. I don't care. And I think stepping into content, you guys are going to feel like you need to put on a persona. You guys are going to feel like you need to chase material things, or you're behind, or you need to catch up. And that's truly not the case. Just be your fucking self. This watch means fucking nothing to me. Sentimental value, I think it's a statement for how hard I worked to get here. But if I never got this and I never ever brought this, I still wouldn't care. It doesn't make me any better. It doesn't change me as a person. I think I look at it and I think of all the things that I went through to get here. Like sometimes I look at it and I think of like the times when I was like dead ass crying to my mum about how I got scammed and I had no money in my bank, because that's what we came, that's the journey. We came from that. We are here. It's not a status piece. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not anything like that. Never worship, what's the word? Material items. Never put things on a pedestal. This wasn't even on a pedestal for me. The one thing that it took me so much clarity, as dumb as this sounds, to realize was that what you're looking at is it's like someone, okay, so let's say for example you're looking at someone on YouTube or you're looking at someone on Instagram. You're looking at them 3 years in. Do you know how many hours you're looking at of work? That's the way it took me so long to understand. You're probably looking at 3-4 years of work. I know a lot of people that, I mean, it was the same for me as well, like getting started. Obviously, when you start any business, it's going to be rough. It's going to be, you know, you put time into your business instead of your family. You put time into your business rather than your friends. Your priorities, of course, do change, but a lot of people see people at the 3-year mark, or somebody who's doing 100k a month, or, you know, whatever they're doing, right? And you see the flashy bits and you see the front end and you see the exciting stuff, but you're not thinking on the front end of how many hours it took them to get there, or how many failures that they went through to get to that point. And the way I flipped this, like the switch and the script, if that makes sense, in my mind, was I rewired my brain in this way. So I looked at someone's Instagram, right? Oh, he's got this watch on. He's got this car. Oh, he's got this. He's making all this money. And I used to look at it at face value, and I used to think, I wonder how many times he failed to get to that point. I wonder how many times he thought that he was at a point where this isn't even feasible. He probably won't even make it. He can't even do this. And I reinforced to myself that that's the truth. Do you know how many times you have to break down and, you know, get to a point? Like the watch, for example, or even where I'm at right now, let's say. I hate to push these things as a narrative so much, but for the purpose of what I'm saying here, do you know how many times like I cried thinking that I wasn't gonna be able to ever make this company something, or something of substance that's gonna support me? Do you know how many times I said to my mum that I wasn't good enough, that I'm a failure, all these kind of things? Do you know how many times that took place for me? Do you know how many times I said to my dad, I really feel like I'm disappointing you. I feel worried about what people think. I feel worried that I can't do it. Oh, thank you. I might get you. He said if I have spare glasses, bring him. Oh, he's bare sweet, bless him. I started to look more at the things that people went through to get to where they are, to help me understand that my journey is no different to theirs. I think I used to put people on a pedestal and think that their journey was super linear. I think because of the way Instagram made it look, or YouTube made it look. You see someone buy a nice car or have a great month and you think that it was like, oh, they just started this business and boo, it was just up from there. The more I chatted to other people in the space, the more I networked and the more I really got to know people on a personal level, the more I understood that my journey was completely normal. I've got friends who I speak to who really, really help me, even now, ground myself and understand so much about the process. My friend Josh, his name's Josh Peavy. We had a really, really nice conversation the other day, just talking about like the process, talking about the challenges, talking about how people don't really seem to show that, and then it makes you think that everyone around you is winning while you're, you know, failing and like crashing down. And speaking with him, honestly, was amazing. It gave me a really, really nice perspective. It just reinforced in my mind, to be honest, that you may think that you're the only one failing or struggling, but that's not true, and that's not the case. There's so many other people in your exact same position. The more you speak to people, the more you network with people. Instead of putting on a front and putting on a persona, just have honest conversations with people, and that will enable you to understand that what they're going through is totally normal. What you're going through is totally normal, and you can support each other in that sense and push each other forward is the main thing. connecting, the main way to rewire your brain in that sense is connecting with other people who are going through the same thing as you, connecting with people who will be honest with you, transparent with you about their process, about how difficult it's been, about the challenges that they go through. My other way that I rewired the brain was understanding who I am right now and understanding who I want to be. What version of myself gets to this goal point, whether that goal point is, it doesn't even have to be monetary. I never really had a monetary goal of X amount a month. I still don't care about X amount a month. I care more about what the money enables me to do. So for me, my goal was always to give back to my family. It was a big goal. My family supported me so much getting things started. My family supported me emotionally, my family supported me financially as best as they could. Like, I mean, for example, my mum, I do feel bad saying it, but obviously, as I said, I got scammed. My bank went into nil, and my mum basically gave me £400 to get my bank back. And I know that £400 was like, she needed that money. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't right that I was taking that money. Another big thing for me was, I guess, to have freedom and travel wherever. I used to get really depressed in the UK. Like, it used to be like dead ass. Like, if anyone's watching this who's not been to the UK, it used to get dark at like 3 p.m. And the sun would like rise at like fucking 7 a.m. You'd have like no hours of sun. It would be just crazy. I used to get really seasonally depressed. I used to love going on holiday. When we went on holiday as a kid. But like, the main thing for me is I went on holiday with my mum probably like 2 years ago, right? It's on my YouTube. My dad didn't come on that holiday because he couldn't come. And stuff like that is things that I don't want us to ever have to compromise on again. I don't want my parents to not be able to go on holiday with me for any reason at all. Same with my girlfriend. You know, we've come out here for her birthday. That to me feels like the standard of what we should be doing. You know, she does so much for me. She supports me in so many ways that it's only right. And I think for me, the biggest why for me, again, in this video, you want to find out your why. It might not be monetary. Mine isn't. I don't care how much money I make. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a fuck. I don't care about the nicest car. I don't even fucking own a car, bruv. I haven't even had a car since 6 fucking months. I haven't even driven my own car in 6 months because I don't fucking have one. And it is freedom. It's being able to support people, never having to worry again, never having anyone around me feel that they're in an unsafe position or a worried position because of finances. I fucking hate the power that money holds. And once you start to remove the power from the money, the less it starts to become that for you. And you know, the way you start to perceive it and the way you start to perceive things as a whole is just totally fucking different. And that was a big thing for me, is stop putting money on a pedestal, stop looking at money like this powerful thing. Like, obviously money is powerful, yes, but you don't want to put it on a pedestal. So yeah, rewiring your why, rewiring your brain, being around people that are more genuine and more raw and upfront with the things that they go through. With my friends in the space, I genuinely, truly share like how things are. Like, my friend texted me today, how's this week been? You know, day one of my holiday I got here, we had someone from the team resign. We had to hire in the same fucking day. And shit like that, it just doesn't stop. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes. You just got to be a clear-minded leader. But yeah, really the moral of the fucking story. I mean, the whole point of this video is be true to yourself. Stop looking at other people and thinking that you should be like them. Being you is enough. Being you is right. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, being away from others and having silence to understand your own wants and needs. What do you want? Not what does your mate from, you know, you've known 5 years want. Not your mum that thinks she knows best for you. Obviously your parents try to guide you, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit and let my parents tell me my why or what I want to do. So you shouldn't do the same. What you want to do is true to you. And also look at the gap between who you are right now and the version of yourself you want to step into, and work on becoming closer to that version every day. And I mean, in the way you are mentally, in the way you approach things, in the way you have gratitude, in the way you believe in things and stuff like that. It's not just, you know, who I become. I'm this person who has this flashy thing. I'm this person that is well respected because I've got money. No one's going to respect you more with money or without money. That's the truth. That is the truth. And if they do, you're around fucking dick eaters and the wrong people. No one, the people in my life respected me the same as they do now when I had 0 in my bank, or when I had fucking 250,000 in my bank. They're going to respect me the exact same. Or when I have $1 million cash sat in my bank. Nothing changes. And if I had no money tomorrow, if I had $0 tomorrow, they're still going to respect me the same. But I'll be stepping into more mindset-based videos, just talking my shit. Because I know a lot of people go through the stuff that I'm speaking about right now, and it can deter them to step away from business. But before I do wrap up this video, I want to say, just be intentional with everything that you do. Intentional with what you consume, who you look at on the internet, intentional with everything that you put into your mind, because that's rewiring your brain in a certain narrative. All my apps on my phone are blocked, right? My Instagram is blocked. I have access to Instagram for 2 hours a day, and even at that, I always just change it so it's like fucking 10 minutes. I have no reason to be on Instagram, because why do I care what other people are doing? I'm focusing on what I'm doing and what I need to be doing. Scrolling on Instagram and looking at fucking Jack from Miami, or fucking, I don't even know, these are random people, Josh from fucking LA, I don't even know, I'm just making this up, right? That's not going to help me. It's not going to help me improve myself. So just be intentional with everything you consume. If you're consuming YouTube videos, make sure it's going to help you, push you forward. Not, oh, point of view, I made 20 million in a day. It's not going to fucking help you. It's going to make you look at this kid who's making 20 million a fucking day and make you start comparing yourself to him. Rewire your mindset from the inside out. Really get to the root of the way that you feel. I did deep work to understand the root of why I feel the way I feel. And this is, you know, deep on whatever you want to say. It might be fucking gay and corny, right? But the reason why I didn't, you know, believe in myself to get to this point, and there was always a disconnect, was because I never felt truly good enough. Ever. With just me at face value. Without putting on a persona. Without acting like someone else. Not even acting like someone else, because that's not true. Like, I'm always me. But I think I just mask a lot, do you know what I mean? So that people don't really know truly how I am, if that makes sense. Especially in school. People are going to watch this. Bro, if my YouTube pops off, let's say, I don't give, whatever, if it fucking gets 200k fucking subscribers, right? There'll be people who are from my old school, or people from my college, or, you know, whatever the fucking story, who'll say she's a horrible fucking person, or she's a bitch, she is out of touch, or all these kind of things. And they're not fucking lying. They're not fucking lying. Because I felt I had to put on a persona, put on a mask. And when I started to stop all that and really realise who I am on the internet and who I am in real life, people start to value you more. You feel more present. You feel like you can really do things. You feel like you can really get things done because you're not comparing yourself to someone online. I mean, I don't really show myself on camera at all for who I am. For who I am at all. I'm trying to step into that more, 100%. But just be yourself. Stop looking at other people. And the main thing is just put the fucking work in. Get the work done every day. It's a non-negotiable. And you will get to where you want to be, truly.